Culture is a way of life for us Jamaicans. It's the language, the people, the music, the food. These combined with other elements shape Jamaica's diverse culture. May 21, 2017 is World Day for Cultural Diversity for Dialogue and Development, and we will be zooming in on our island home, Jamaica. Also, CEO of the National Health Fund, Everton Anderson, joins us on Issues and Answers to discuss some of the work being done by the NHF to better serve you. You're watching Jamaica Magazine. I'm Adrian Atkinson.
We want a productive Jamaica. We all are productive Jamaicans. Productivity to move forward on this land. Productivity, that's the way to go, we should understand. Productivity is the way to go for all us Jamaicans. Small business, big business, old and young, we are tell every woman and man. We want growth and prosperity for a better nation with a building plan. So we can build our product and sell our product and put more money in our hand. Our economy can rise to a level and build a better nation. Productivity to move forward on this land. Productivity, that's the way to go, we should understand. Productivity to move forward on this land. Productivity, that's the way to go, we should understand. Productivity.
Productivity, pathway to prosperity. A message brought to you by the Jamaica Productivity Center, a department of the Ministry of Labour and Social Security.
The Public Sector Pharmacy Partner Pilot Program has been established by the NHF to improve pharmacy services to patients in the public health system. CEO Everton Anderson tells us more.
Thanks for joining us for another edition of Issues and Answers. I'm Ian Boyne. Today we focus on the work of the National Health Fund, one of the truly outstanding public sector organizations in Jamaica. Its CEO, Mr. Everton Anderson, is with us, and we want to talk primarily about the public-private pharmacy partner program, a program which allows persons who normally would have accessed drugs from hospitals and public institutions to do so through the private pharmacies. This has been making a significant impact in terms of waiting times and just the availability of drugs. We thank you so much for your company. Good to have you on the program, Mr. Anderson. First, I think we should give the background to this public-private pharmacy partner program. What were the problems before this program was initiated?
All right, thank you, Ian, and thanks for having us again. Well, just to indicate that pharmacy has experienced in the public system challenges for a number of years. Challenges as it relates to long waiting times, largely due to the inability of the sector to attract pharmacists, long waiting times, issues of access and waits. So those were some of the issues plaguing the public
and
health
people were
system.
waiting up to 6 hours to get
yes, you would have
prescriptions
waits
filled?
of 6 hours or more, and people would have to return sometimes
Another day, true.
On another day to collect medication. So this we saw as barriers to access, and this is something we're working to resolve over the next year or so.
Yeah. So you have started with a pilot program covering, is it Clarendon, Kingston, and Montego Bay?
Yes, well, the pilot started in Maypen in December, actually, the 19th of December with 5 pharmacies. We then started in January in the Crossroads area with about 7 pharmacies. The Montego Bay pilot came as a result of the crisis happening at Caenwood Regional. So we needed some additional pharmacy support. So given that this program had started, we then decided to invite a few pharmacies to partner with the NHF, and we have 5 pharmacies in Montego Bay now participating in this pilot program.
So it's a total of 17 pharmacies in the 3 parishes?
Yes, 17 pharmacies, 3 parishes.
What results have turned up so far? What have been the results of this program?
Well, just to first say that the aim of this pilot was to test whether or not there could be a partnership between public and private for access to these medications that are on the government's VEN list. And to date, we have seen over 12,000 persons accessing medication at these pharmacies. The waits have averaged about 30 minutes.
30 minutes?
And we have had people getting their drugs. The fill rate is over 85%. So I think we have reaped some success so far. I would want to say that there are issues that need to be worked out going forward to make the program viable and meaningful, and those we are committed to as we plan a broader rollout over the next 12 months.
And over the next 12 months, you envisage, like you have an idea of the number of pharmacies you would perhaps reach?
Well,
over that?
The plan, Ian, is to look at where our greatest demand is. So far, Kingston and St. Andrew, St. James, St. Catherine would be the largest areas that require service. So we're actually working out a program to determine how many pharmacies would be needed in each location for us to achieve the access and to remove the barriers to service that currently exist.
So there's a nominal $200 which is paid when one goes into the private pharmacy with the prescription to be filled. But you're finding that people don't really mind paying the $200 because of the ease of access and the availability.
Well, the drug itself is free, so the $200 is a service fee to the private pharmacy, which we believe is more than reasonable, and to date, patients have not had any material issues as it relates to contributing to the receipt of their medication and access to this kind of service.
Let's talk about how the NHF, Mr. Anderson, has helped generally with the management of the supply of drugs in the health system.
Well, the National Health Fund started as a pharmaceutical program, providing health benefits through the NHF card, later took on the JIS card, and now the public sector program for pharmaceuticals. So in a sense, on the NHF side, we would have access over 200,000 annually, on the JIS over 100,000. The public pharmacy program is nearly 500,000 Jamaicans who receive drugs through this program annually.
Half a million?
Over 500,000. So in a sense, at this stage, NHF is responsible for the end-to-end management of pharmaceuticals, meaning from procurement right through to the patient getting their drug. But this is something that we have had to place significant work in achieving certain outcomes, and certainly we have used technology to build our platform. Our pharmacy and inventory management system has certainly helped in terms of managing stock. We're now putting in a warehouse management system to better manage our warehouse, and critical is our systems and processes. Just a few weeks ago, our pharmaceutical warehouse was certified to ISO 9001 2015 standards. So these are some of the moves that we are making in recognition of the fact that we have to be a model public body given the type of work that we do in contributing to the health of the nation.
Good. And that is not just rhetoric, because the National Health Fund has won the coveted public sector customer service award, and certainly the experience of many persons who deal with the NHF, who have to have access to drugs under the public health system. Their experience testifies to the work of the National Health Fund. Its CEO, Everton Anderson, is our guest on Issues and Answers. We take a break, but we'll be right back.
Excess salt in your diet increases blood pressure, and contributes to kidney damage, gastric cancer, obesity, osteoporosis, and the worsening of asthma. Aim to have no more than 3 to 6 grams of salt, or half of 1 teaspoon per day. And children under 11 years of age should consume less than this. Get healthy, reduce the salt. A public service message from the Jamaica Information Service and the Ministry of Health.
Welcome back. We're talking health, more specifically the work of the National Health Fund. Its executive CEO, Everton Anderson, is our guest today. I want to move now to the drug serve pharmacies and the improvements which have been made in this area.
Right. Well, just to indicate again that the Cabinet has approved NHF to manage all public sector pharmacies. So while we're committed to solid partnerships with our private pharmacies, over 430, we too have to be efficient in how we manage our patients. So we have introduced a number of service improvements in order to remove what I describe as barriers to access, minimize waits. So things like WhatsApping your prescription ahead of time.
So that can be done?
That can be done. Things
You
like
can call to the office and find out the number and WhatsApp the prescription? That
yes,
can be
yes,
done?
You can.
Okay, so one doesn't have to go to a drug serve and stay there for the hours.
Right. In fact, if
I
you
could plan my day and
WhatsApp your prescription to 532-5007, then we will contact you and arrange for pickup of your medication.
But that's a major improvement.
Right.
If that can be done, so that will cut down on the number of persons who have to be at any one location at any time.
Well, we try to be customer-centric. So what we're trying to do, Ian, is to open up options for persons to access. So we have, apart from WhatsApp, drop-off, pick-up service, scheduled refill.
It's a drop-off, pick-up.
So you can leave your prescription and pick up at a later time, or we can arrange you for scheduled service where your pattern of utilization is predictable. So somebody who is hypertensive, who is getting monthly medication, we can schedule it in a way as to minimize your waiting time and improve the chances of you being compliant as it relates to your medication.
And you are now responsible for all the pharmacies in the hospitals?
We are.
So the entire public sector system. And so a number of improvements have flowed as a result of NHF's now managing the system.
Right. Well, we have addressed the issue of infrastructure at most of the facilities we would have taken over already. Our new pharmacy system has been put in to allow for cross-country management of stock. So you can stay in one day, know what Kingston has, and you can move stock between locations in order to provide a better service and improve the fill ratio on our prescriptions.
That would have made a major impact, because now that NHF is in control, if there is a shortage in any particular area, then that shortage can be filled because you have an idea of the lay of the land.
Yes, we are actually in a position of knowledge, so we're able to work with all our pharmacies and ensure that all facilities know that the drug belongs to Jamaica. So it makes no sense to hoard in Mandeville when you have a need in Maypen. So it really has allowed for much better management of our stock.
Yes. And you are a man who is known to travel to the various, your various centers and your points. You don't just stay in the office.
Yes.
So you go around, you talk to customers,
Right.
you find out what their issues are.
Yes, well, part of being customer-centric is to be aware of what's happening with clients, and not only clients who we serve, the external ones, but with staff, because if you're offering good customer service, it also has to start with the staff who we work with every day. So that sort of service culture can be attained by sitting in the office every day, but you have to go out in the field to know exactly what is happening.
So staff at any center don't know when the boss might actually turn up.
Well, they shouldn't have to know, because the level of service should be good,
standardized,
regardless of
yes,
what is happening.
Yeah. The NHF was set up in 2003. And since then, what has been the levels of expenditure, for example, in the provision of drugs, in infrastructural support, that kind of thing?
Right. Well, for the NHF and JIS card program, we'd have spent over 30 billion in providing subsidies for medication. For infrastructure, we'd have spent over 13 billion and done major projects in hospitals, equipping operating rooms, providing ambulances, and a number of projects across the health system to enable clinicians to be better able to provide service to clients.
Yes. The Minister of Health recently announced that the NHF would provide the 3.5 billion in terms of infrastructural support for key hospitals. Could you expand on that?
Right. Well, that would fall under our institutional benefits program, and the plan is to provide upgrades to major hospitals like Caenwood Regional, Montego, Maypen, the larger facilities that are referral centers. So those would be the priorities over the next 2 years in terms of upgrading them to get to another level.
Good. And your cancer center will be open soon?
Yes, well, we have been working on the construction of 2 radiation treatment centers. So the first would be complete in Montego Bay in another 3 to 4 weeks, and the one at St. Joseph's by the end of this calendar year. So we are happy to not only finance that project, but to manage it to fruition. And we're comfortable that we will be able to provide a different level of service to Jamaicans requiring cancer care.
Good. Everton Anderson is the CEO of the National Health Fund, which has had a significant impact on Jamaica's health system, and is not only efficient in terms of delivering services, but certainly has distinguished itself in the quality of customer service and the customer experience that people have had with the institution. Thank you for your company. Next week, I'll be back. Until then, Ian Bourne wishing you a pleasant day.
Keep we island clean, so clean. From the peaks to the beach, so clean. No dirty up Jamaica, please don't do it. Keep we island clean, so clean. From the peaks to the beach, so clean. No dirty up Jamaica, please don't do it.
No dash, no paper, no dash, no plastic. Dispose your garbage responsibly. No know how to recycle, learn it quick. And if you drop it, better pick up every piece of it. Plastics last forever, don't forget the bits. Cause when them touch the street, them end up in the sea. Collect pan the reef where they fish them feed. And when you want seafood, I eat your
Keep
eat.
the island clean, so clean. From the peaks to the beach, so clean. No dirty up Jamaica, please don't do it. No dirty up Jamaica, no dirty up Jamaica, no dirty up Jamaica, no dirty up Jamaica.
Jamaica has a rich cultural history, the rhythm of our tongue, the talent in our feet, hands and minds, and the rich flavors in our food. More in this upcoming feature, My Country, Jamaica.
The food.
The food of love. Songs to really make you rub and scrub.
The people. The natural beauty. The music.
Give thanks to God again and again. Oh, if we could love
Jamaica.
Or Jamaica.
My country, Jamaica, is the largest in the Caribbean that speaks English. Even though we look small on the map, the country covers over 4,000 square miles.
Way back then, when your mother's father's uncle's picnic son was alive, we were emancipated. We no longer had to work as slaves. Yes!
And on August 6, 1962, we became independent. We were now responsible for ourselves. And we were the first English-speaking country in the Caribbean to do so.
Ending slavery was not the only good thing. In 1944, Mommy and Daddy got the chance to choose who should run the country by voting.
Did you know that the largest parish in Jamaica is St. Anne? And you'll never guess what the longest river is. It's the Rio Minho in Clarendon.
Our national flag is also unique. The Jamaican, Libyan, and Mauritanian flags are the only ones that do not have the colors of the American flag: red, white, or blue.
And did you know that Jamaica was the first commercial producers of banana in the Western Hemisphere? The Manchester Golf Club is also the oldest golf club in the Western Hemisphere.
Our Milk River Bath and Mineral Spa is the most radioactive in the world, and that's a good thing. The Kingston Harbor is the 7th largest natural harbor in the world.
And do you know the birthplace of reggae music is right here in Jamaica? One love, one heart, let's get together and feel alright.
Hear the children crying. Hear the children crying.
It can be black or creamy. What am I talking about? The Jamaican Blue Mountain Coffee, which so many people love. And the Jamaica rum, Daddy says is good. It's sell off.
Jamaica is also home to the fastest man in the world, Usain Bolt, to the world. And we are the first and only country to hold the male 100-meter title at all levels, including Olympics and World Champs. And it's not only track and field that we are good at. We do not have snow, but we do participate in the Winter Olympics. Cool runnings.
Jamaica's culture is also one that will definitely light up a room. The language of emoticons, capital D. Say you're in downtown Kingston and you want to get to Halfway Tree. You ask,
how far is Halfway Tree from here?
The response?
Just around the corner, man.
Only in Jamaica when you ask,
which part you there?
I'm so far, man.
Then they arrive in the next few hours.
Some things just can't be said in English. You are talking too much. No, you just a chat to tag along, so.
My country, Jamaica, has a rich heritage and is very unique. If we all pull together, we can make it the place of choice to
live, work, raise family,
and to do business.
Safety and security is a necessity when it comes to you and your family. Know your children's friends and the crowd they hang with. Encourage your children to communicate with you and know where they are going. Who are your neighbors? Do you know them? Protect your children from men and women who would want to hurt them. Form a community watch. Do your part as we make Jamaica the place of choice to live, work, raise families, and do business.
What sound does a long A make?
The first duty, I think, is that the parent should try not to harm the child as collateral damage. Because I think in a lot of situations, the parent doesn't intend to harm the child, but is either so emotionally engaged in the issue at hand or is so unaware that they may say or do things that are not suitable for the children to be involved in. We have had situations where a parent may have gone to school and made a comment about a child, like you're the worst picnic the Lord ever make. But then the child now gets teased by every other child in their class. They get disrespected by the people there. So I think a lot of times when we're expressing, we're not thinking about the effects. So I think awareness is the first thing I would say to parents. Second thing I'm saying to parents, the world is not really judging you every day for you to pass or fail a test in parenting. Most people empathize with the fact that parenting is a complicated job for which most of us are not equipped. So be gentle on yourself, and by being gentle on yourself, then maybe you would find more space to be more accommodating of the children. It's important to practice what we preach, because we will lose the respect and confidence of our children, because they come to us respectful, you know, and they come to us having confidence in us. But we can lose that by the way we handle situations as well as the way we handle them. So in Child Month, I think it's a commitment to, you know, create loving families, handle stresses by going to professionals to assist, take issues that the children are not involved in into a space where they don't have to hear and see all of the conduct that's really not appropriate for them.
What sound does a long A make? A, A, A. What sound does a long A make? A, A, A.
Thanks for watching Jamaica Magazine. I hope you found our program very informative. Let us know by sending your feedback to Jamaica Magazine at jis.gov.jm or a tweet at JIS News. You can also visit our website, jis.gov.jm, for more information. On behalf of the production crew, I'm Everton Anderson. Thanks for watching.
This has been a production of the Jamaica Information Service, the voice of Jamaica.